I'd like to call this 12 noon on May the 28th, 2025. As chair, I'm calling this meeting of the City of Las Vegas Historic Preservation Commission to order. Will the clerk please call the roll and determine if we have a quorum and identify anybody that is attending via conference call?
Thank you. Chair Stodel,
Present.
Vice Chair Laramie, Commissioner Levine, Commissioner Hotchkiss, Commissioner Serfas,
Present.
Commissioner Cosgrove, Commissioner Palacios, Commissioner Moody,
Here.
Commissioner Perdue.
Here.
She's on phone. Commissioner Grimmer, Commissioner Harper, Commissioner Seabrandt,
Here.
Commissioner Gillespie.
Present.
Thank you. We do have a quorum.
Just one on the phone.
So far, yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item 2, to the city clerk's office. Has this meeting been properly posted in compliance with Nevada's state open meeting law, NRS 241.020?
Yes, it has.
Thank you. Agenda item number 3 is the first public comment period. Comments during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. If you wish to be heard, come forward and give your name for the record. The amount of discussion, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. Would anybody like to comment at this point of anything that's an action item on the agenda? Seeing and hearing none, we will move on to agenda item number 4, and this is Chair's announcement. The Chair only has one announcement, and this is a sneak preview. In the next 72 hours, Preserve Nevada will release its list of the 11 most endangered sites in the state of Nevada. Actually, the list is called the 11 most endangered sites in Nevada +1. Apparently, Preserve Nevada couldn't come up with 11, so they came up with 12, which is the history of the National Trust, which came up with the original 11. They couldn't come up with 10, so they decided to go to 11. So in Nevada, we're going to 12. But the point is, the list will be released in the next 72 hours. I was given permission to alert the audience that 3 of the sites listed in the 12 are located in the city of Las Vegas. One of them is the 2 theaters. One is the Lear Theater in Reno, and the one is the Huntridge Theater in Las Vegas. I won't read the entire report, but it says the Huntridge opened in 1944. This is what Preserve Nevada says. After going through a series of owners, the current owners promised and have lined up a detailed restoration plan. However, beyond a sincere restoration proposal, no formal restoration has started, and according to an announcement by its owners, it has had to file suit against a communications company that is slowing down the beginning of the restoration project, which now may not start for a couple of years. So there's some concern there, I guess. There's more details in the announcement that will be made in the next 72 hours. Also on the list is La Concha Motel. The plans have been made public in an attempt to move the fragile La Concha Motel exterior and lobby again. This is the work that was done by internationally known architect Paul Revere Williams. It talks about the Neon's tentative public discussion about moving the La Concha Motel, the exterior again, and the lobby of it, and there's some concern about that. Also on the third item that related to the city of Las Vegas is the what it lists as the Mormon/Stewart Ranch, Nevada's oldest existing structure, built by the Latter-day Saints missionaries in 1855, stands in downtown Las Vegas as part of the Old Mormon Fort State Park. Goes into details about that, a little history of the park itself, or of the site. It faces an uncertain future for the area, and plans for the demolition at Cashman and construction of new buildings in the area need to include the safety and security of the historic site in those plans. There's more details, but there are 3, so look for those to be released in the next 72 hours with more details. Again, it's Preserve Nevada, a restoration group that is connected to the National Trust for Historic Preservation. With that, we'll move on to agenda item number 5. This is an action item in regard to the final minutes of the regular meeting of the City of Las Vegas Historic Preservation Commission meeting on April 30th, 2025. Are there any corrections, changes, additions, or recommended amendments to the minutes? If not, look for a motion to approve the minutes of April 30th, 2025.
Mr. Chair, Commissioner Moody, I move to approve the minutes from last month's meeting.
Further discussion? General public? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Commissioner Perdue, is that an aye?
Yes.
Thank you.
Chair votes in favor. Minutes carried unanimously. Thank you. Agenda item number 6, which is 25-0237-HPC1, discussion for possible action regarding approval of funding up to the amount of $15,000 for members of the commission to attend this year's National Trust Preservation Leadership Forum, which will be held in Milwaukee, September the 16th through the 18th. As stated in the board packet on page 8, there are 2 great ways to attend the year's conference: in person in Milwaukee or virtual from anywhere. This year's conference will explore cutting-edge innovation, groundbreaking creativity, and experimentation about transforming preservation for the future. A list of the speakers and the details of the specifics of each session has not been finalized, but when I checked the site this morning, they indicated it will be released in the next few weeks at some time next month. But the basic topic is community-driven repurposing of older buildings that energize neighborhoods. So that's the focus. The website also says this year's conference will focus on a reimagined commemorative landscape that honors achievements, contributions, and cultural heritage for all Americans. The conference organization states that the conference will be an invigorating public sphere focused on meaningful places that serve as catalysts for civic engagement across all demographics. Estimated cost to attend the conference is about $3,100 per person, but this will likely be lower, as has occurred in each time that we attend one of these conferences. The total request for $15,000 includes funding for 2 commissioners who have indicated that they would like to attend in person, and 2 Las Vegas City staff members to attend as well in person. The final dollar amount required will depend on the final number of confirmed attendees and registration, and whether attendees will be in person or virtual or a combination. Look forward to getting the details of what each of the seminars are, and letting the commissioners know, and there may be some that want to attend virtually. Dr. Seabright, anything you'd like to add to this agenda item?
Thank you, Seaman, for the record. So Teresa did send out an email asking if anybody would like to attend this conference virtually, and we've had no replies.
Okay.
So we need to know as soon as possible if you want to attend virtually, so that we can appropriately make the reservations and put everybody's name and on the list. And the reason, as Chairman Stoddle discussed, that we don't have the final amount yet because they haven't released the members' prices yet, as well as some of the other information that we need to get the final amount. So we're just needing an approval on this to use HPC money. And again, please remember to let us know if you want to attend virtually or not.
Dr. Seabrand, if possible, if staff, I know you're in the loop as things are updated on that website, but as soon as there are specifics on what each of the seminars would be, if we could, I think it's incumbent upon all members of the commission to get on that site themselves and see if there's a particular seminar that they would like to attend virtually, but it would help also if staff could let us know when they post the actual meetings. So this is in fact an action item. We are looking for a motion to approve up to $15,000. At this point, we have 4 members who have indicated, 2 members of the commission and 2 members of the staff, that they would like to attend in person. Any further questions or comments from the commission? And I think I think it is Vice Chair Laramie and Commissioner Hollis Gillespie that are the 2 members, and from the staff, it will be Dr. Seabrand and...
It'd be Teresa.
And who?
Teresa?
Teresa attending. So, further questions from the commission? General public? All right, look for a motion.
Commissioner Surface, I'll make a motion to approve the $15,000 for those folks that want to attend in person and also for the virtual.
All right, we have a motion and we have further discussion of the commission. General public? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Purdue.
Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously with the chair voting with the majority in favor. Thank you very much. Look forward to an update on that and more details on the specifics of the convention. Let's move on to agenda item number 7. This is 25-0238-HPC1. And we're going to take just 1 second to finalize our logistics for this item. The focus of this agenda item is the annual City of Las Vegas Historic Preservation Commission's Award Program. 52 years ago, in 1973, the U.S. Congress created the first National Historic Preservation Week. Today, that program is part of the annual City of Las Vegas celebration, which recognizes the historic significance of the May 15, 1905 land auction that would in turn create the City of Las Vegas. 99 years after the auction, from an idea and action by Las Vegan Louise Helton and Nevada State legislator and later a member of the Las Vegas City Commission, Bob Coffin, the City of Las Vegas was able to fund a year-long 100th birthday party. That fund, through the sale of centennial license plates, continues today to support historic preservation, education, and commemoration of the City of Las Vegas, including funding of projects approved by this Historic Preservation Commission. Coinciding with the plans to celebrate its 100th birthday, this commission established the awards program. This year, the Historic Preservation Commission added a new award in honor of Colleen Beck, and the first award, Colleen Beck Award, will be presented today. Colleen devoted her life to archaeology and architecture as it related to archaeology, as well as the history of the indigenous population of the Southwest. The award in her name represents those topics. So with that, we will announce the winners and provide the reasons why they are receiving this award. Dr. Seabrand, did Senator Bryan indicate, was he alerted?
Of course, yes, he was. I don't see him in our audience. I'm not sure if he'll make it or not. And just to clarify, so I know that we have on the agenda that it's, I would be handing out the awards, but I just had a major surgery, and it's difficult for me to stand, so Mike Howell's going to be the Historic Preservation Officer today.
All right, we will wait a couple of minutes before we go through with the award for Senator Bryan. The next award is for the Friends of the Fort. And with that, Vice Chair Laramie will review that. Do you have that?
I believe so.
It should start with the Friends of the Fort.
No.
All right, then I would bet you that this one, I have it here, so I'll go ahead and read it. The Friends of the Fort was organized in 1983 to support and advocate for the site that today is the Nevada State Historic Park in the heart of the city of Las Vegas. The Friends of the Fort is a nonprofit organization that has helped the historic site overcome numerous challenges for more than 40 years, including its real survival. Survival remains a concern today as threats to its future continue to mount. The fort was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1972. Today, with the help of the Friends, the city has funded a detailed, fact-based, in-depth amendment to the original 43-year-old study. That document is now before the state of Nevada, with its next stop being the nation's capital for approval, and then on to the National Park website, where all can read and enjoy the accurate history of the site. As an asterisk, there's also a book that has been written and printed and is soon to be available, if not available at this moment, by a member of the Friends of the Fort, and it's an excellent, excellent book. Starting in 1855 with the work of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, building a fort, a farm, and a future for the location, the land would change hands several times. From a farm to a ranch to a rest stop to a community that includes a U.S. post office that would have the official name Las Vegas and a postmaster named Jane Weezer Stewart, who also owned the ranch and much of the Las Vegas Valley. In 1902, Stewart sold the land to the railroad, which in turn created the town site. Today, the Friends of the Fort continue to protect and advocate for the historic site in very positive ways through educational initiatives, including the website friendsofthefort.org and its Facebook page, Friends of the Fort Las Vegas. Advocacy takes many forms, and the Friends of the Fort utilize all available tools to produce this endangered historic site. As we all celebrate the Fort's 170th birthday, the Historic Preservation Commission of the City of Las Vegas is proud to recognize the Friends of the Fort for its ongoing advocacy to support the site. The board and its chair, Larry Moulton, are here to accept the award. Is Larry here with us? No. He is not. Who will be, actually, if you all want to come on down and accept the award, and we can get a photograph of the entire group. Yes, well, you can go down if you like, please, as a member of the board.
That's okay.
All right. Well, let's wait until we get the two more members of the board. Lisa, would anybody like to say anything? Or somebody?
Thank you for the recognition of the work of the Friends of the Fort. We are very proud to be the site where Las Vegas history started, and are always trying very hard to remind people that this is where Las Vegas started. Anybody can come to the park. There are no requisites. There's an amazing amount of history there to see. The property starts from 1855, went on to be a ranch for 100 years, and more things happened after that. There's so much to see, so much to learn. It's not just about the Las Vegas mission. Please come down and visit and learn. Thank you.
Thank you for all the work you've done and continue to do. Next up, we're going to move over to the Colleen Beck Award. This is the first one that is being issued, and Vice Chair Laramie has the details on that.
Thank you, Chair Stodahl. So this award is being presented to Nuwu Pasats, meaning the People's Garden, which is a remarkable initiative at the Springs Preserve in the city of Las Vegas that weaves the preservation of Southern Paiute culture and language with the conservation of native plants. This innovative project reveals the historical roots and today's reality of the deep connection between culture, nature, and the languages and cultures of the population of what is now identified as Southern Nevada. The garden's interpretive content was developed in collaboration with the Moapa, Las Vegas, and Pahrump Paiute tribes, and their ongoing guidance ensures the garden is an authentic representation through the selection of culturally significant plants and their traditional seasonal uses. Everyday Southern Paiute words and phrases that focus on plants, food preparation, and housing are now made accessible through interpretive panels featuring phonetic spellings and QR codes. And this approach offers visitors an understandable and enjoyable experience centered on Southern Paiute heritage, and also serves as a beacon of hope for the preservation of indigenous heritage. The garden is also a living testament to the deep ties between culture and our environment, serving as a model for collaborative conservation. The Historic Preservation Commission wants to thank Jennifer Clevin for this outstanding nomination and presents this award, the first Colleen Beck Award for all participants in the garden. Accepting the award is Lisa Wyndham, the General Manager of the Springs Preserve.
And for those of you that have not seen it or have seen it, it is well worth a trip, another
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
another trip. And if you just sit there and you're the only one there, you can have a wonderful emotional experience. It really takes you back in time, but also is very contemporary and links both of those things together. So thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the commission for this incredible honor. This was many years of work and a collaboration between many of the groups, especially the Southern Paiute Language Preservation Group. We were also generously gifted the funding from the state of Nevada, so we're very grateful for their support, as well as the San Manuel tribe and the Equinox Gold Mines that have provided some of the native plants in the space. If anyone would like to receive a tour of the space, we're happy to provide that, and we're just excited to have this as part of the Springs Preserve and Las Vegas Valley Water District Southern Nevada Water Authority portfolio, because it is a gorgeous space. Thank you, Commissioner Stodahl.
And while you're there, you can visit the butterfly exhibit.
October 4th. We just closed it. Thank you.
Our next awardee, born and raised in Las Vegas, Karen Livingston is a lifelong lover and protector of the City of Las Vegas Park at Tule Springs, which today stands out as one of Southern Nevada's crown jewels for its history and its use by the public. Karen has single-handedly organized neighbors to share information and focus attention on the history, the benefits, and the opportunities at the park, currently known as Floyd Lamb Park. She has advocated for a volunteer program to lead educational tours about the history of the area and has publicly testified in support of the city's ordinance that supports the ongoing efforts to preserve the unique and special character of the park. Over the years, Karen has donated and continues to donate her own personal financial resources, as well as, of course, her time to protect the park. For example, she recently donated money to restore and install interpretive signs, enabling all visitors to understand the historical significance of the park. A retired teacher, Karen also understands the value of providing the general public with the history of Las Vegas, starting with the park. Her continued and effective advocacy and selflessness efforts have been driven by a deep love and respect for the area and the role the park played in the history of this community. She continues to be a tireless advocate for protecting, preserving, and uplifting the city park at Tule Springs. We also want to thank Las Vegas City Councilperson Nancy Bruni for her ongoing work in preserving our city's culture and history, and for the council members' nomination of Karen Livingston for this award. Today's 2025 winner of the City of Las Vegas Historic Preservation Advocacy Award for her deep and ongoing work at the Las Vegas City Park at Tule Springs. Please.
I'd like to say a few words.
Please.
Okay. I'm honored and deeply humbled to be receiving this recognition and award today. When I started on this journey back in 2020 to protect Floyd Lamb Park's character and sense of place, I never imagined that I would be standing here. And nevertheless, this would not have been possible without the outpouring of encouragement and support from people within Ward 6 and throughout the entire Las Vegas Valley. I would particularly like to express my thanks to Chris G., who's right over there, a former Clark County former Clark County Commissioner and Nevada State Assemblywoman. Terry Robertson, a longtime early environmental activist, Lisa Mayo, community activist and campaign manager, who shared their knowledge and helped guide me through the complex landscape of dealing with City Hall. And I want to give my deepest thanks to Nancy Brune, who delivered on her campaign promise to develop and implement a plan known as the Resolution for Floyd Lamb Park that will protect it for future generations. And a big shout out to my husband and my family for their unwavering support and for putting up with me for the 2.5 years that I worked to bring awareness of the changes that were possibly going to happen at Floyd Lamb Park and would have altered it forever and turned it into another Lorenzi Park. So thank you very much for this award. Can Chris come up? Can Chris? Whoever you want. Yeah, Chris? Is there a Terry? No, Terry's just went into an assisted living program.
I'll take 2 pictures, one of each phone.
No. Yes.
Of the path through the landscape of the city, that would be a value to all of us. We have two more awards, and Commissioner Laramie, do you have the next one?
Yes, the next award goes to Jonathan Ullman in the category of Career Achievement. And Jonathan Ullman is President and CEO of the National Museum of Organized Crime and Law Enforcement, maybe locally known more as the Mob Museum, which is a City of Las Vegas-based nonprofit corporation. And a key element of its mission is advancing the public understanding of the city's history from its early development to the legalization of gambling and the growth of its hospitality industry. In November 2010, as its only employee, Ullman was hired to head the yet-to-be-built museum. He hired a staff to open the museum in 2012, which is now in the middle of a very successful second decade. Ullman's preservation work also includes the preservation and celebration of the 1933 U.S. Post Office and Federal Courthouse building, known by its popular name, the Mob Museum. The museum also hosts and programs Las Vegas community forums, as well as educational outreach programs based on the city's history. And for his more than a decade of work, from opening the museum to its daily management, to its ongoing public outreach programs, and to its future 2025-2026 expansion plans, Jonathan Ullman, President and CEO of the National Museum of Organized Crime and Law Enforcement, receives this year's City of Las Vegas Historic Preservation Commission's Career Achievement Award.
Jonathan, would you like to say a couple of words?
Well, first, I don't know quite how so much time went by that I could get a Career Achievement Award. You know, it seems, but this is really humbling, and I'm really grateful for this recognition. You know, I would just like to say it is an extraordinary privilege to get to do what I do. You know, to be entrusted with the responsibilities primarily of the stewardship of our historic building that's so important to the city of Las Vegas, the stories and all of the precious objects in our collection, and the important content that we deliver, you know, the education that we provide to the public about the city of Las Vegas and our history. You know, I always feel it really important to point out that I'm able to do what I do because of all the people that surround this project, this effort. We have extraordinary people within the staff of the Mob Museum, you know, the best board you could ever hope for, and so many advisors and other partners and just you know, generous stakeholders in the community. And I very much appreciate this recognition from the commission, and especially appreciate all the support that the commission has provided to our efforts with the museum over the years. So thank you very much.
Just for the record, I went back and to your initial comment, this does not mean your career is over. The Career Achievement Award includes individuals who have an exemplary track record. So you have an exemplary track record in the past, and we look forward to an exemplary track record in the future. Thank you. The last one was actually going to be the first one on our list, and I'm going to read it for the record. And this goes to somebody who has a long career of public service, including the preservation, education, and commemoration of the history of the city of Las Vegas and the state of Nevada. As a graduate of the Las Vegas High School and later as governor of the state of Nevada and then U.S. Senator, Richard Hudson Bryan today receives the City of Las Vegas Historic Preservation Commission Advocacy Award. And while an afternoon could be spent listing the specific legislations connected to historic preservation, both as an assemblyman, a state senator, an attorney general, and a governor and a U.S. senator that he has supported, we'll only speak of one example, and that's his work sponsoring, gaining passage by the Congress and by the signing by the President of the Southern Nevada Land Management Act. Funds from the sale of public lands are reinvested in Las Vegas, Clark County, and the state of Nevada to preserve and restore projects that include the Springs Preserve. Today, it is the work of Senator Bryan that he has done since retiring as a U.S. Senator. 25 years ago, Nevada was only one of 2 states without a statewide historic preservation organization affiliated with the National Trust for Historic Preservation. Nebraska was the other. The National Trust was created through legislation approved by the U.S. Congress and signed by Harry S. Truman in 1949. Following a series of meetings in Las Vegas and throughout the state more than 2 decades ago, through the leadership of Senator Bryan and others, with the help at UNLV, Preserve Nevada became a reality. It is a partnership with the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and is headed by its current chair, Senator Bryan. Through its many public education efforts, which include the annual list of 11 most endangered sites in Nevada, now 12, Preserve Nevada has provided the public with current information and advocacy opportunities. The organization's Endangered List has highlighted historic sites in Las Vegas, as I mentioned, the Huntridge Theater and the Mormon Fort, as well as roadside motor courts and motels. This year's list, as I indicated earlier, does include the Mormon Fort State Park. Senator Bryan is one of the creators of Preserve Nevada and has served in a leadership role for the past 20 years and gets this year's Advocacy Award from the city's Historic Preservation Office. So, Senator, for the record and for the tape, congratulations. And 2 last things, I'll let Dr. Seabrant address where we're going to go after this meeting. But this commission approved changes in the rules this past year that included adding a Colleen Beck Archaeology Award and also opened up the opportunities for nominations to the general public, city, and I'm just going to quickly give you the categories. There's the Dorothy Wright Bricks and Mortar Award for individuals and organizations that sponsored historic rehabilitation of historic structures. There's also the Historic Media Project to those members of the media that have produced material that involving significant research on the history of the city of Las Vegas. Preservation education, advocacy, career achievement, as well as the City of Las Vegas Legacy Business, which includes independent local businesses that have contributed to the history, culture, and authentic identity of the City of Las Vegas for more than 40 years. If you can think of any that fit into those categories over the next year, please let Dr. Seabrant know. The process is you write the nomination, 200 words or less, maybe 255 if you really want to go and expand. Send them to Dr. Seabrant. They come before this board as nominations, and this board then votes, and then we have a meeting like today. So we thank all of the nominees and all the award winners. Vice Chair Laramie, anything you'd like to add before we move on?
Just echoing your thanks and appreciate all of the great work you, all awardees, past and present, and the rest of our community is doing to help preserve the great history we have here in Las Vegas.
And Stephen, for the record, did everybody want to come down for a group photo?
That would be great.
Okay.
Two last things. One is, Dr. Seabrand, after this meeting, where do we go?
Right, so after the meeting at 1 o'clock, we do have a luncheon at the Now Cafe, which when you exit these doors, it'll be to your left. And other than that, just the group photo, and everybody's welcome to stay for the remainder of the meeting. We only have a few housekeeping items, but we should be done at 1. Did you hear that, Chairman Stoddle?
Well, but I'm still going to have one last thanks, and that's a thanks to Dr. Seabrand. This commission has achieved more in the last, since Dr. Seabrand has been there in that position than we have in previous years, with nominations that what we're looking at is all the historic nominations that have occurred within the city of Las Vegas. Many of them were done in the late 60s, early 70s, that are 2 and 3 pages long. They all need to be updated. And we are in the process of doing that and funding. But there are lots of other projects. Homes have been recognized in this community, businesses, buildings, meetings with the general public. The activities of Dr. Seabrand and her staff of one has done a tremendous amount of work and moved historic preservation, education, and acknowledgement to a very high level. And I think I can speak for the entire commission for thanking you for all the work that you have done. And I'll try and get out of here at 1 o'clock. So.
Okay, thank you. If everybody wanted to come down for a group photo, and then we'll be on to our next item.
Squeeze up together here a little bit more. Just get as friendly as we can. Sit. All right, thank you all. All right, I think we're ready to resume. We're going to move on to agenda item number 8. This is the City of Las Vegas Community Development Department report updates from Seth Floyd, the department's director. Don't forget, we're also going to have lunch, and we'll have a real opportunity to chat. Agenda
read the
item
item?
8, yes.
Okay. For the record, Michael Howe, Community Development. I have no updates from the director.
All right, we'll move on then to agenda item 9, an update report from the City of Las Vegas Community Development Department. Dr. Seabrand, the city's Historic Preservation Officer. Dr. Seabrand?
Thank you, Seabrand. For the record, just one slide for some quick updates. We still have a SHPO review on the Cliff May Home Survey. The Old Mormon Fort update will be on the September 11th State Board meeting. The West Side School National Register update, it was accepted and approved by the Keeper of the Register in Washington, D.C., and the Floydland Park Historical Report is in progress. And just added a little flyer here about Pioneer Heritage Day over at the Old Mormon Fort, as we just spoke about today. It's on June 14th, and just wanted to let everybody know that that is something that is free to attend, and hopefully you will see everybody there. That's all I have. Thank you.
So I'm, Dr. Seabrand, the second item, September 11th is when the State Board of Museum is meeting to approve that?
Yes, it was supposed to be June 5th, but
Right.
the announcements did not go out in time. SHPO sends their apologies, but it will be on the September, so it's now been moved to the September 11th meeting.
Dr. Seabrand, if you could, it would be nice if we could invite the new head of SHPO down to brief us on plans for the future, anything that may be coming out of the state legislature that impacts SHPO, therefore impacts this commission, since we're part of the CLG under SHPO. And with the new director, it would be nice to hear. I believe that director is from the State Park Service. And I'm not sure that a formal announcement has been made, but it would be great to have that person visit the HPC. All right, let's move on then to the next item, which is agenda item 10, 25-0239, HPC1 monthly report by the Community Development Department regarding historic and archaeological stories in the local media. You see that that's attached, and there are always some interesting items that are here. And again, if you see something in the local media that you'd like to share with the rest of the commission, please send that to Dr. Seabrand to be included in this monthly report. Questions, comments? Move on to agenda item 11, discussion regarding topics for future agenda items for the HPC. Comments made during this portion of the agenda by individual members shall refer solely to proposals for future agenda items, and any discussion shall be limited to whether or not such proposed items are within the purview of the commission, and/or whether such proposed items shall be placed on a future agenda. No discussion regarding the substance of any such proposed topic shall occur, and no action shall be taken. Is there anybody who would like to suggest an item for an upcoming agenda of the HPC? Vice Chair.
Commissioner Laramie, for the record, I'd like to discuss the possibility of doing a survey, a historic resources survey, and possible preservation plan for Charleston Boulevard. I know there's a lot of work that's being done now, and some transit studies that are in the process of happening, and while those are in its early days, there's a handful of very important Googie-style buildings on Charleston Boulevard and some other legacy businesses that I think it would be important to start thinking about how they fit into those future plans and what appropriate preservation would look like on Charleston Boulevard as it transforms for the future.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Is there a general boundary? Is it primarily East Charleston?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Is the area you're talking about East Charleston or all the full length of Charleston?
I think for the most part, it would be East Charleston, although there are a couple businesses, at least on the west side of Charleston, that could be appropriate to include as well. When we get into the discussion, I think the city could potentially just pull, some building date information that we could look at, and then we could define the boundary and go from there.
Okay, all right. Any other comments or suggested ideas for future agendas? All right, with that, I believe I have 10 minutes to fill till 1 o'clock.
Or we could get done early.
With that, we are adjourned. Thank you all.
Excuse me, we need citizens' participation.
I'm sorry.
Citizens' participation, item number 12.
Agenda item number 12, citizens' participation, a review of the audience. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the commission. No subject may be acted upon by the commission unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come forward and give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single item, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. We have a couple of members of the audience. Would they like to speak to this commission? The heads are nodding no. With that, we are now on agenda item 13, and my agenda item 13 says adjournment. All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all.
Lunch.
12:52.